Good morning, welcome back. It is early, but not as early as it could be. We are at Eagle Ice Arena, 45 minutes down the road from Dobson, and we're set to take on Littleton Red. Littleton Red.
Yes,
Littleton
right,
Red.
yeah,
I put white in the chat earlier. With the OTT Sports Network here with you, Harry Haviland, Brian Bodane. Our voices are hanging in there. 2 more games left today, and then potential finals tomorrow. It all comes down to the effort and the outcome of today's action. Looking forward to another fun one here this morning. Another team we haven't seen yet, Brian.
Yeah, Harry, these Littleton clubs, they usually get some pretty good teams together. This is their lower of the 2 teams, but I think it should be a good matchup today. Let's hope our our Warriors came to play today to beat these Hawks.
The Hawks come in hot to start it, though. Banging up against the boards, Bodane can't get it out. Pinched in at the blue line. Steered to the side there by Prokop, who's getting the start between the pipes today. Littleton Hawks in front of the net. Up against the boards. Now Lauber up the side to Haviland, who falls down, gets stepped around. Shot in. Prokop hangs on. He says, that's enough of that, guys. Let's bring some more players out here and see if you guys can go play on the other side of the ice. Little slow start there.
Slow motion, kind of like you and me this morning, Harry.
A little bit. Shout out to the Antlers hot tub party last night.
Yeah.
Foster now out there. One back by Littleton.
Oh.
Taken at the blue line by Fredette. And Littleton just turns and dumps it back in, but they're not clear of the blue line, so that's going to be an offside call. A little under 14 minutes left to go. Once again, run time, first and second period, stop time, as long as the goal differential is not more than 4 in the third. These games are going by quickly.
So quick, Harry. Like I said yesterday, I wish the kids' T-ball games went by this quickly about 10 years ago. Man, were those boring.
Hopefully we're not going to be seeing some boring hockey here, though. They got to figure out a way to get it outside of their own zone. Foster now with it up the far side. Trying to pass it through. They are offside on that. They don't call it. They do call it from back. Stepped ahead of that. Clumped up there at the blue line, going offside.
I think there was 5 guys there saying, hey, which one of you wants to go offsides first? I think it might have been Fredette.
Fredette drew the short straw on that. He steps outside, and now another face-off. Outside the Littleton zone, though. So we're going in the right direction, just making our way there one dot at a time. Off the boards, Foster.
I think
deep
we got it into their zone for the first time all game, Harry.
Eli Fredette chasing it down behind the boards, fighting against the Littleton Hawks player. Weber behind, trying to put it out to the point. Gets blocked down there, and now Cannonberg's back at center ice with it. Tips it up past Weber, Foster, and out. Littleton racing in down the right wing boards. Circling around Cannonberg. Cannonberg up to Weber, has Foster, has Fredette on the far side. Up past Foster, but that's going to go on net, so no icing called. They go off for a change. 5 Hawks back in their own zone to pick it up. Fresh legs out there for your Warriors.
Oh, my goodness.
Picked off there by Castile before it comes out of the blue line. Castile working his way in, takes a shot. Pad save, rebound, still loose. Puck is still bouncing around in front of the net. Littleton trying to fall on top of it. They get another shot. Goaltender now finally covers that one up. About time, 2 minutes into this game, we see a couple of shots on this goalie, some action in front. Whistles draw on the play dead, though, and a face-off of the offensive zone is upcoming. Exciting game just before this one. The team was down 2-0. The team we play this afternoon, they were down 2-0 with 9 seconds left to go in the game. Came back and tied that one up. So they're going to be on a high when we play them this afternoon.
Holy cow.
And there we go, is the goal on our side. Coming in, making it 1-0. That's Cole Manick with the goal, I believe.
I think that's McGowan.
Was it McGowan from the point? I thought that was tipped in front, but who knows, because I wasn't exactly watching. I had a 20% chance of getting that right, and I did not pass.
I love them quick math you did there. 1 in 5. 20%, that was good, Harry. You've had some really good math.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, you've been good.
Practicing. I can tell you one more math thing. It is 1-0. That is a 1-goal differential. Your Warriors leading now off that goal. One back by Littleton. The Hawks pushing it up through the boards. Now right in front, they're offside.
Man, I see this guy's last name, and there's so many consonants in that. Just R-G-E-Z-S-U. Wow, that's. Can we get a pronunciation?
I just learned Kolchevsky. I'm not learning that one too. Bevan with the puck on her blade, coming out of her own zone, puts it up off the boards. Stewart and Castillo chasing it down. Littleton flips it in front of their own bench. Manick off of his bench now. D to D on the Littleton blue line. Making that pass up. That's offside, but it's picked back up by Castillo and pushes it way too far in front of him. He can't race past Gruchunix. And Littleton gets it out of their own zone. Off the ref's leg.
You see him jumping him down like a popcorn kernel.
Castillo coming in, pushing himself wide into the right corner. Waiting for somebody to catch up. Centering pass.
Oh!
Popovic comes through and gets absolutely laid out in front of the net. 2-on-2 the other way. Shot in high. Prokop sees it the whole way. Gloves it down for a whistle. Great look there to Popovic streaking in. Missed the puck though, but the player did not miss the shoulder on him.
No.
He goes down, and the play goes all the way down to the other side. 9:26 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Warriors. Golchevsky in behind. Lobber up the blue line, trying to get to Haviland, who took a shoulder to the head. He gets it out though, and Bodine has Popovic on the far side. Pop steps into it, comes across. Stops up. Has a little bit of time. Back to Haviland in the high slot.
Oh my goodness.
Pass to Kolchevsky. Kolchevsky fakes him right out. Passes it into Haviland.
He forgot something too.
Coaches are taking notes on what they're going to be working on Monday's practice. Not forgetting the puck behind your stick when you shoot.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh my good. Okay.
Comes all the way back. Can't get it out. Lobber back in his own zone with it here. Can't feed it through. Gets stepped into. That one's blocked. Lobber's going to get a third attempt with it. Clears the zone to Haviland. Can't go through three players. They tip it back in front of the penalty box here. Bodine diving for it. Over to Lobber. Back over to Kolchevsky and up the far side to Popovic. Fired right up into the bench by the Littleton. They heard the coaches saying something. They're like, I'm going to try and pick this coach off in the head. Coach with a cat-like reflex ducks, but the play is whistled down. The face-off's going to be just outside the Hawk zone. Foster, Weber, and Fredette. Cannonberg and DeLue. One back by Littleton. The Hawks circling in behind, breaking this one out. Cannonberg with a stick on it, still comes outside the zone, and Littleton's off onto the offense. Cannonberg from behind sticks that one down. Weber at center with Foster. Stays onside, stick knocked out of the Littleton player. Weber still hanging on to it, skating behind the net, trying to work his way around on the backhand. Gets tripped up in the corner. Banged back there by the Hawks. Fredette goes down. Foster goes in to pick it up. Foster now behind the net, wrapping it around on the backhand, open in front. Weber couldn't find the puck. Fredette fighting his way in. Stop there to Foster. Weber losing it on the boards. Out, kept in by Cannonberg. Top of the circle, shot blocker save. Cannonberg, again, another shot towards the net. That one goes off the side. Kicking it off the backboards. Littleton forces it up the other side. Fredette back on it. Stripping him up the puck and then blocked down at the blue line. Tipped in here as the Warriors make changes on the offense. Castillo stepping in. Littleton just playing pass with it. Wow. Warriors skating circles around. Littleton clears it back out. Cannonberg at the red 9. Dumps it in off the boards. Manick gonna chase it down. Cannonberg can't keep it in. And DeLue's coming back hard with a player right on top of him. DeLue backs up against the corner. Players still pestering him in the corner. Littleton Hawks with the pressure here offensively. Over into the far side for Cannonberg, who's still out there. It's been a long shift for him. Feel like I've said his name a lot, so that means he's involved in the play at least. Manick gets stood up there. Passing it ahead to Castillo. Getting run over there with Stewart. Castillo with the shot, blocked. Can't clear the zone. Stewart across the blue line. They do clear the zone there. Stewart can't keep it in. McGowan now back with it, tipping it back in. Harden off the glass and out, held in there at the blue line by a sliding Popovic. Over to Castillo in front, backhand, puts it up over the crossbar. Popovic spins into the corner for Castillo. Centering back to Popovic, and backhand goes in. Nice give and go right there. Pop to Castillo, right back, puts it in past the goaltender. Noah Popovic making this game 2-0 now with 5 minutes left to go in the first period. Good look back out in front there by Castillo.
Yeah.
Pop was ready.
That's what you like to see, Harry. That's some good puck movement.
I was beginning to wonder what was going on there. It seemed like there was nothing happening for a while. Bodine and Haviland join Popovic. McGowan and Bevan on D to take this center ice draw. Scores 2-0 off that Popovic goal. Back to Bevan, up the boards to Popovic again. One goes across behind Haviland. He comes across trying to play some D on this, gets a stick, breaking up the play. Finds it again, stick handles around one, up to Bodine. At center, Bodine with Bevan. Flips that up to Bevan, takes the angled shot off the goalie's mask and down in front. McGowan's pinching in, going around a couple, gets bumped off the play. The puck gets caught up in the ref skates, right into the corner for Bodine. Comes out past McGowan. Bevan says she's going to come back and pick it up. She does just that. Good communication there between D partners. Up to Popovic. Feeding Bodine, goes all the way across. Haviland's going to look to pick this up off the boards. Can't go around that player, but now he's got to get back on side as Bodine goes back, or McGowan goes back over to Bevan. Bevan with a shot blocked, backhanded in front for Bodine. Turns, fires off the post. I heard some iron ring in there. Popovic doing a pirouette behind the net. Gets kicked into the corner for Littleton. The Hawks coming out of their own zone, 3-on-2 the other way. But stopped there by Lauber, up off the boards to Haviland, who just pushes it in farther. Now he and Popovic go in after it. Getting held up there, and then Popovic puts it out the boards to Lauber. Back to Kolchevsky on the far side. Tips back up to Popovic, who kicks it into the middle of the ice. And Haviland and Bodine and Foster now cross pass. Haviland stripped up the blue line. Going down, and Littleton coming the other way. Gaining the offensive zone is Littleton, working their way into the corner. Lauber trying to tip it off the board, still controlled by the Hawks. Fredette on the far side, pushing it to Weber at center ice. Foster up ahead of him. Foster with some speed coming across, goes around 1 and 2. Trying to beat 3, forcing him wide. Takes a shot, goalie pad save right down into the corner. Fredette finding his way over onto that left wing, drops it back over to Lauber, who dances at the blue line.
Dancing there at the blue line, Harry.
He did. Foster can't control it, and Littleton puts it up off the glass. They tip it past Kolchevsky and racing down. Lauber's going to work to beat him there. The speedy Littleton player gets there first. Lauber gets a stick on the centering attempt. And Kolchevsky pushes the player up against the boards. 2:11 left to go in this runtime first period. 2-0's the score. And not a lot of whistles here. Fredette now with an opening. Fredette walking in on the circle, takes a shot, pad save, rebound in there, and can't get it through.
Goodness gracious.
Weaver trying to put it out there. Castillo dropping it back over to Cannonberg. Shot by Cannonberg off the blocker into the corner for Castillo. Trying to backhand that in front. Fredette with another backhand. Castillo picking up the rebound. He has it. Working his way out. Tries to go all the way across. Does a good job blocking that one, and Cannonberg back out. Off the skate of the defenseman. Fredette into the corner, tips it away. Manic in deep, circling around the net. Checks up, goes the other way. Sent back to Castillo. Wide through the crease. Fredette, other side, in front. Manic behind the net. Going the other way, has Castillo out there. Castillo with the shot, the one-timer off the pad of the goaltender. Cannonberg racing in deep. Good effort off the blue line there to keep this puck in play. Stewart battling up the boards, out to the point to DeLue. Goes across to Cannonberg, but intercepted and tipped out of the zone. Final minute of play here in the first period as the Warriors are pressuring in deep. Stewart goes hard into the corner, takes the player down. letting them play physical hockey, continuing here with no penalties in the first period. In front, Castillo with the backhand, Stewart with the backhand. Neither one of them makes it into the goalie. Stewart, centering pass, doesn't go through.
Littleton's
Hard
had
up
enough
off the
of that.
glass. The Littleton players are sick of playing defense. And icing's going to be called.
With that run clock, Harry, I got to feel like that's going to be the end of this period.
I think Littleton might be taking their time to get back to this puck. Doesn't even get dropped. Great offensive pressure there, though, by the Warriors.
Oh, my goodness, Harry. Beaudain's taking his time getting up there. I don't know if they're going to drop this puck.
Drop the puck? No, the ref's watching the clock and lets it line down.
We'll skip that puck drop. But you know what we won't skip, Harry? Is the spotlight player.
It is first intermission. Time for that spotlight player of the game.
And you know what's so convenient about this? Who scored our first goal of the game?
McGowan.
He did. So let's go straight to our spotlight player of the game. None other than Graham McGowan. His favorite team, you know who it is, Harry?
I'm going to guess the Avalanche.
No.
Where?
No.
Who?
The Chicago Blackhawks.
The Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Oh, is he jumping on the Bedard bandwagon, or is he always been a fan?
Nope, he's not. You know who his favorite player is? I love this one. None other than local boy Troy Terry.
Wow, Troy Terry.
Troy Terry.
Mighty Ducks.
And some of his other interests, he plays lacrosse and he plays golf. But this might be my favorite fun fact of any of them. Probably my favorite of any of the boys we've had the pleasure of
There's been some good
spotlighting.
ones.
You know what he does? A fun fact about him?
What is that?
He's a chef. He's an avid cooker. During the pandemic, he had a show on YouTube called Grubbin' with Graham.
Grubbin' with Graham
Yeah,
on YouTube.
I'm not joking.
I'm going to have to go back and check
I
that
know.
out.
There's your fun fact of our Warrior, Graham McGowan.
Second period underway. Chef Graham cooking it for us all tonight. Haviland behind the net, center it in front. Popovic couldn't get to it. Littleton turns it out of their crease and comes out of their zone. Still skating with it all the way up through. Can't get through 4 players and then flipped around the far boards. Annie Bevan chasing it up to the blue line. Now she's back on D. Barrett with the puck back over to Popovic. Coming through center ice, he's got a few in front of him. Kicks that one in deep around the boards. Haviland chasing it down in the left corner. Center to Popovic off of his skate. Popovic with the backhand and flips it up over high. Far side over to Littleton. Here comes McGowan stepping in off the blue line, keeping that in.
Look at him cook.
Dumps
Look at him
it.
cook.
He's cooking out there for sure. Foster pressuring in with Haviland. Foster, far side, kept in at the point by Lauber. Around the board. Haviland looking to center this one. Does it? Oh! Stepping in with Fredette. Couldn't get it all on there. Kolcheski in front. Spinning in. Foster with the nifty move in the crease. Stick handles his way through. Devin Foster puts one in the back of the net. It's 3-0. Warriors over the Littleton squad.
Oh, what good pressure there. You know, you felt that coming. You saw it to the point, down low, point, down low. Eventually they got it in front to Foster. Backhand, forehand, goal. That was really pretty to watch, Harry.
Very impressive as this team seems like they've got a little bit more momentum now at the start of this second period. The play has been down in that end. As I say that, the Hawks flip it deep into the Warriors zone. Lauber up off the boards, tip pass there by Weber. Coming across to pick it up is Littleton, holding it in at the blue line, only for a quick second. Weber with Fredette up ahead of him, makes the pass but can't go through the Hawks. Tip back over, right in front of us here, and dumped in deep. Lauber back into his end. Coming around the net, up the boards. Weber and Foster deciding who's going to go for it. Weber stays in the scrum, and Foster comes out the other side. Flipping it up to Fredette, 1 to beat. Fredette's on the move. Player goes down. Fredette coming in on the breakaway. Backhand move.
Goal.
And puts that in. A nice little slide through the crease and tucks one in. 4-0. Eli Fredette on the breakaway. This is looking more like the Warriors team that we're used to, man.
I can't agree with you more about that, Harry. They looked a little sluggish yesterday, but they came out with some fire. I like what I'm seeing so far today, Harry.
There's a couple of good teams here for the other bracket. And in this one, too, we don't even play the Utah team. I was actually chatting with one of the dads last night down at the hot tub party.
Yeah, we saw him in the hot tub, yeah.
He said he wants us. He wants to see this team in the finals. He's heard about us all the way over in Utah. Kind of nervous and a little bit flattered all at the same time. But it would be good to see a Utah team, which we haven't yet. We got to get through this Littleton squad first, and then Crebo this afternoon. Crebo's that team that came back to tie up a game with 9 seconds left to go this morning right before us. So lots of hockey left to play here. I'm not sure if Littleton took a timeout or what they're doing, but they're gathered at their bench trying to collect their thoughts. Warriors look ready to go.
They've had enough of this run clock, Harry. They said enough of that. We want to stop this clock. Stop the bleeding, maybe.
Castillo down at the draw. That one won back over to the Hawks. Right down in front of us, back over, kicked up on the blue line by DeLue. Now Cannonberg racing into his own zone to pick it up. Around the boards to the far side, slips past Manick, and the D-man coming in off the blue line to hold that in. Feeding that one out through the legs of Stewart, but Castillo's the first one chasing it down. They wave off icing, centering pass goes past Stewart, held into the blue line. Cannonberg coming in, takes a shot, deflected down in front. Castillo now back out to the point. DeLue waits, shoots, looking for the tip there with Stewart. That one just sails wide. The Hawks behind their own net, coming straight up center ice. Building some speed up, moving over to the left side, being forced away. Taking the shot through the legs of DeLue. They put that one wide. Around to the far side, touched up there by the Hawks and out of the zone. In front of the Warriors bench, the Hawks turning it around. Stewart stretching and reach. But the Warriors are now backing up into their own zone. And then kick it right back out. I don't know whose stick it came off of. But Castillo's trying to find it, and he does. Castillo into the front, backhand. Oh, Castillo, great work there. Haviland blocking that one down. He has Popovic in front, looking to feed it. Oh, comes off the side of the net. Haviland still circling his way back. Out to the point to Bevan, straight back to Haviland. On his backhand, centering pass in front, tucked in there by Popovic. Wide open in front, Haviland finds him. And he finds a way around the goaltender to make this a 5-0 game now with 10:20 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, this is the Warrior team that we expected to see yesterday, Harry. They came out to play.
Maybe it's all that money they spent at the candy shop downtown Vail yesterday. I was seeing some pretty interesting stuff.
I saw a picture. One of those kids had 6 different kinds of soda: pickle, fire, barbecue soda. That might have been Kai Haviland. You know
I think it might have been Coach Pop yelling at Kai from the bench. I can hear him. He had this conversation with him yesterday. He said, just skate and beat the player. Quit trying to toe drag him right in front. You've got the momentum, use it. I heard that all the way from the bench. Bodine in behind his own end. Up to Haviland, knocks it down at center. And now let's see if he tries to beat him. He takes him wide, drags through the middle, can't split the D, gets that one knocked away. And Bob is looking at me from the bench even right now. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Here comes Noah Popovic in behind the net to Haviland. Haviland backhands that up off the boards. Out to the point, looking to come across over to Kolcheski. In front, tip there. Good look. Haviland tried to get a stick on it. Now he's chasing it into the corner. Out to the point, they're holding in at the blue line. Down hard, over to Haviland, one guy to beat. What does he do? He goes around him and gets tripped up, and they're gonna call a penalty on that one. As the Littleton player takes him out. As he heard Coach yelling, go wide on him, he goes, he's not going to try and toe drag me. I can't take it away easy this time. Trips him up, and the Warriors go on a power play with 8:24 left to go here. 5-0 lead, second period action in Eagle, Colorado. The OTT Sports Network, game 3 of hopefully 6 this weekend. Harry Haviland and Brian Bodine saving our voices just for you guys. We appreciate everybody. Saturday morning, it's early for those Alaska viewers who are just maybe even waking up. And everybody coming home from the clubs in Australia, checking out this action on a Sunday there. It's probably Sunday there, right?
How could you miss this game, Harry?
In front, Weber has it. Shot blocked. Kept in at the blue line. Fredette going around. Has Foster with him. Foster coming over to take this up as Fredette ties up the man. Foster, weird angle shot. Does make it through the crease, up off the near boards. And the Hawks go out the other side. Lauber coming across the blue line. Littleton just trying to clear the zone. They do it, but Weber turns it right back around. He's going to go for a walk. Still on the power play. Back out to the point to Lauber. Steps in, misfires on that shot. Stopped there by Littleton, who's going to get it out of the zone, killing more time off of that penalty. 30 seconds left to go on this power play. Kolchevsky into Foster, who just tips it in. Blocked clearing attempt there. Weber over into the far boards, pushes the player off. They can't get set up here as the puck goes off of a couple of sticks there. They're going to decide whether it's inside or outside. We're going to have a puck drop here, and the penalty will expire as soon as this play starts. 6:40 left to go. Second period, 5-0. And if it stays this goal differential, we're going to have a runtime third period.
Oh.
We'll be back at the hotel in time for Price is Right. Castillo forcing this one forward. Manic off the boards. The OTT text line coming in telling me that Price is Right isn't on a Saturday. Well, you know what? We watch reruns. I like the Bob Barker era better anyways. Fredette on the far side. Shot blocked. All the pressure now. Littleton definitely feeling the aggression of this Warriors team and what they can be. Trying to counter, though, coming out of their own zone. Up in front of the benches, gets to the red line and dumps it in deep. Icing is waved off by one ref and called by the other. Teamwork at its best right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a weird one there, Harry.
You see one ref like, no. I want to make it to the Price is Right too. But then the other guy says, it's run time, dude. It doesn't matter. Castillo, Stewart, and Manic.
Looks like Stewart's got his jersey back.
He does have that jersey.
Finn eat more chicken. Stewart's got his blue jersey back.
DeLue misfiring on the keep in there as it bounces into center ice. Stewart on top of it. They're fighting right here in front here. Manic trying to push it through. Oh, kick save there by Cannonberg at center ice. The Hawks try and get a shot off. Bumped up against the boards there is Crew DeLue. Back over to Cannonberg, feeding Castillo. Castillo building up that head of steam. Coming through, dropping it back for Stewart as he's pinned up against the boards. DeLue coming in inside the blue line. Working his way deep into the corner. There's Foster in behind the glass, yelling at the players. I don't know if you saw that on camera. Get it in deep, puck's in deep, right? Haviland finds a way to stick handle through two and then doesn't get a shot off and he's getting knocked down. Got to get backing out of the zone here is Annie Bevan at her blue line, passing it up to Cannonberg. Tip to Bodine, tries to drop it back to Cannonberg, and Popovic puts it back up off the boards. Haviland coming across the ice for it. One to beat with two guys, back over to Bodine, and then tips it past Bevan. She's in deep. Around the far side, over to Bodine. Bodine continuing that one out to the point. McGowan, at the blue line. Dumped into Haviland, saying, go to the front of the net. I'm putting it there. Popovic goes, but the other team heard him too. Bodine in with Haviland in the corner. Bodine skating his way out. Centering past to Popovic, tries to tip that between his legs, and he still manages to put it in. I don't know if somebody else got on that or not. I think that was all Noah Popovic in front. Goaltender was down. Pop puts that one around him, making it 6-0.
We should be back to the hotel before that free breakfast buffet closes, Harry.
And I believe, was it McGowan's that said they're going to have the Caesar bar in their room?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That was on the group chat. I never saw a follow through with that yet. I mean, we even highlighted their kid today.
I know. You'd think they could do a
Foster
Caesar bar
shoots.
for us.
Weber on the far side, held in at the point there by McGowan. Fredette looking for the puck in front. Littleton turns, hammers it all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing call, picked up by the ref and brought back down 200 feet. The coaches were talking about that, and I'm not even making this up. A lot of people think we make things up on this show, but this is a true story. The coaches were saying just what every fan is. We got to shoot pucks on this net. The last couple of games, they've been passing the puck around, and yes, they've been doing well and winning, but they got to put pucks on net. They got to crash the net. It's basic hockey 101, and it seems to be working here as a few of these goals have been just the result of that. Cross the blue line to Bevan. She steps in, dumping it in deep for Fredette, chase around the net. McGowan taking his turn up in off the blue line. Around the boards, Littleton can't get it out. Pushed up there by Weaver. Bevan working her way in. Comes into the slot. Bevan with the shot. Looking top corner. The goalie
what a move. I like that action.
Just reached up. Do you see that stick handling?
Thing of beauty.
Littleton can't get it out. Weaver with another shot. Fredette into the corner. Has McGowan at the point, but sees the Hawk player coming off the bench. Holds back on that one. He's still battling for it down into the corner. The Hawks get it. Come out of their zone. Fredette right back on top of that. Making it hard for them to pass as they get it across the blue line. Fredette turns it right back around. Pass up here to Foster, coming in 1-on-3. Gets taken out from behind. Goalie pushes that over to the defender. And they get it out of their zone. Come in. Prokop with some big action there as he stops that down. Hangs on for a whistle as the change is completed. Final minute of play here in the second period. It's 6-0.
I think he was busy doing that Rubik's Cube there, Harry. He hadn't seen a shot, and I think since the first period.
Set to drop the puck here in the rare defensive zone faceoff for the Warriors this game. Stick lift and trying to come out here. Kolchevsky puts it up the boards. Far side over. Checking up, Manic trying to center that to Castillo. They put it off the boards. Kolchevsky stepping him off the point. 17 seconds left to go. Drop pass to Castillo. Shoots into the glove of the goaltender. Hang on, and this is going to bring us to the buzzer here.
That ought to do it,
Don't think
Harry.
the ref's even going to think about dropping this puck again if he's looked up at the clock. The players aren't. They're just waiting for it to run down. Over to the bench they go. And that buzzer signals the end of the second period. Your Warriors up over this Littleton team 6-0 going into what's going to be the runtime third with more than 4 goal differential.
You know, Harry, have you had more time thinking about that trivia question I asked the other day?
The football team that's moved, and you know what? I've been thinking about it nonstop, and I even tried to Google it, and I couldn't figure it out.
I'll give you a hint. You just actually said it.
I just said it? You think I listen to what I say? Nobody listens to what I say.
You just said the football team.
Yeah.
The Washington football team.
The
And they
Commanders.
changed their name to the Commanders. They used to be called the Washington football team.
That is definitely a
Then they
correct.
became the Washington.
From the Redskins to the football team to the
Then the
Redskins
Commanders and
to the
so-
Commanders.
And
That
you
is
just
not
said
fair.
it.
I was thinking of teams that have moved and name changes.
Yep. And then you just said it without even thinking about it. You said football team, and like you just guessed
Well, you
it.
told me it was a football team, but I didn't know it was the football team.
Yes.
Oh.
So there you go. That's why it went from 10 back to 9.
All that rambling on, we did not have time for the Scott Foster fun fact, but stay this afternoon we're going to have a real good one.
We'll save that up for you this
He
afternoon.
was at the hot tub party last night, and I learned some things about Scott Foster that I don't think anybody knows. This
or
afternoon,
let alone wants to know. To be
you
quite
might not
honest
want
with
to
you.
know either, but this afternoon, it's going to be good. Scott Foster time in the second intermission. Third period is coming at you now. Stewart deep into the offensive zone. Out to the point, out of the reach. Kolchevsky's going to have to get on it to come back. Littleton player racing to it first. No icing, and just fires that one through the crease off the boards the other side. They hold it in at the blue line. They've had some time to talk here, I think. They got some speed to start this period, blocking down Stewart there trying to gain the zone. Coming out the other way, 3-on-1 now. Stuck down, going in. Prokop diving out of the net and hanging on to that. You don't think the coaches told the Warriors to just sit back on this lead, do you?
What was that, Harry?
I said, you don't think the coaches told the Warriors to sit back on this lead, do you?
No, but this is what we see happen in a lot of these games. It's like they get these big leads, and every kid sees other kids scoring goals and say, I want more goals too. And they just stop playing any defense, and every kid tries to score goals.
OTT text line coming in here. I got to throw a shout out to Annabelle and Penelope Glasgow out in Palmer, Massachusetts, cheering on their cousin Kai who goes in there. They're running around. They're excited on the score, 6-0. They say that's a lot of scores. It is a lot of scores, girls, but I want to see your Warriors team put up a few more. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day out on the East Coast. And thanks, of course, for always tuning into the OTT Sports Network, some of our first and longest viewers. Popovic coming out of the blue line. He's working his way up the boards, gets taken down there, and the ref doesn't wait for anybody to touch the puck. He goes, that's a penalty now. It's going to be a hooking call and a power play.
Wow.
Don't you usually wait for the team to touch the puck?
Immediately. No such thing as delayed penalties here, Harry.
No delayed penalties. Continuous run clock here and a power play opportunity for the Warriors. Haviland, Bodine, Popovic still out there. Kannenberg and Weber on the point. Weber? And that's going to be another whistle because
yeah, what happened?
they got too many white jerseys on the bench.
They give him a pass on that? They're saying that's not too many men. Why wouldn't that be a penalty, Harry? You guys are down by 6 goals, so we'll just give you a free one.
And they don't even have the penalty up on the board.
That's what we call it a get-out-of-jail free card. Remember back when Monopoly?
Now they put the penalty up. The clock's still not running. Now it goes back. Minute and 30. We're just going to pretend that last 30 seconds of our lives never happened.
How many times I wish I could say that, Harry.
Haviland coming out on the power play. He's with Bodine. He's got a guy to beat. What's he going to do? He's going to take it wide, skating around him, centering into the skates of Bodine. Back to Kannenberg, over to the far side. Weber with the shot in. Slow pace here as Littleton's bringing it back out through center ice. Bodine on the back check knocks that one down. Kannenberg behind his own net, off the boards, over to Weber on the far side. Weber feeding this one up, goes all the way down the ice. The goalie has to touch it. Blockered into the corner, Harrison, no icing. Hard off the glass and out to McGowan at center ice. Across to the far side to DeLue. Up to Bevan. She dances. Can't get through the third player. And they still got 28 seconds to look to get set up in front. Coming around the net, McGowan.
Oh, look at him cook. Oh, look at him cook, McGowan.
McGowan has the right recipe to score there. He puts another one in at 7-0 with a power play goal. I don't think it's grubbing
with Graham. It's goaling with Graham today.
And they've done some switching around here. You got Bevan and McGowan on forward. You've got Foster back with DeLue. Moving the kids around the ice here. Gonna make it hard for me to call because I don't know where they're supposed to be. But I know they don't want them walking in, making the block on defense there is Foster. Bevan picking it back up in her end. 10:31 left to go in this 7-0 game so far. Bevan can't get it up off the boards, dumped in behind her. Over to DeLue, up off the boards, couldn't bank it far enough. Fredette being yelled at by the coach, beat him. And
he
does
sure did.
that. And he beat him up high and over the shoulder from a shot on the outside.
Wow.
I'm trying not to yell here because I'm still excited. This is exactly what I want to see this team doing. But I'm still a very sportsmanship-oriented kind of guy here in this Vail Sportsmanship Tournament. It's 8-0, running down 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in this third period. We got another game against Crevo this afternoon. Manick steps across the red line, dumping that one in, ringing it around the boards. Stewart into the action. They're just having a pushing match as the puck's nowhere in play. Manick trying to turn and get that one on net. Tipped and up, Castillo at the blue line, holding it in, top of the circle, shot blocked by Littleton there. Not gonna let another one go through from that same spot. And the Hawks clear the zone. Getting more messages in. They're like, I think Brian needs one of your honey and lemon Gatorades. His voice is sounding a little rough this morning.
Yeah, too much announcing. I didn't love the fans too much. I got to keep going.
Littleton Hawks coming out of their own zone, can't stick handle through. Castillo with it in front. Castillo puts it up off the bottom of the crossbar. Goal is waved off. It doesn't stay in. Tip back over to Lauber, who's out there with Kolchevsky on D. No. Oh, sorry, I'm having to reply to a work message right now.
Work? It's a Saturday, Harry.
Hey,
this is work.
When you care about your job, it's 724, 362, or whatever, however that saying goes. Keeping it in the blue line, there's Lauber. Over to Popovic in front. Popovic with the pad save. The Littleton goaltender comes across the ice. Pop can't sneak another one past, and they run into each other. Haviland gets pushed off the puck in the corner. Bodine trying to keep it in. Popovic back there with him. Nobody can find the puck. Bodine finally does. He comes through the circle, skating his way through. He's absolutely hauled down. No call on that play. Haviland comes and picks it up.
Look around for a stick.
No, look at there. He finds his stick finally. Haviland's up against the boards. Gets it back over to Bodine. Back over to Haviland. Playing pass behind the net. Can't get it through there. They get the ping pong ball caught up in the net. And then out to the point for Kolchevsky. Right back into Bodine. Into the circle. Shot off the pad of the goaltender and into the corner.
The blister from just inside the circle. That one registered, I think it's 7 miles an hour, Harry. Up from 6.5 last game.
Sorry, on my phone again.
That just shows.
I just had to say, I've got more important things to do. Leave me alone.
Our play-by-play guy shows dedication to work, to your Warriors.
To the fans across the globe. That's what we're here for. That's what the OTT is all about. It's about the people. It's about the kids. It's about having a lot of fun with this. Still trying to have some fun there. Down in deep. Couldn't get the shot in as Fredette. Fredette gets knocked into the net there as Resolutionuski comes in and pushes him. They're battling in front of the net. Fredette and the player are pushing back and forth. And they're just... He's taking this defensive thing in front of his own net a little bit serious at this point. McGowan keeping that one in off the boards, pushing it up against and out. Recognizing not to make the pass, and then into Bevan just inside the blue line. 6 minutes left to play here, 8-0 lead for the Warriors. Quick turnaround between these games, a 1:45 start, I believe, for the next one. And we've still got that 2.5-hour drive back to Vail. Cannonberg coming in, gets a shot. Fredette looking for a rebound. Cannonberg still in there, puck loose, bouncing. Looks like it might be covered there as Cannonberg's deep in. The player's leaning down behind him as he wanted to do that whole push maneuver that we were talking about yesterday. And it'd take a little bit more than that to push down big Cannonberg. DeLue at center now, mixing everything
Oh,
up.
keeps it in.
Cannonberg
What
kept
a
that one
great
in the
play.
blue line across the point.
What a great play.
Weaver with the shot from the blue line. Stewart in deep in the corner. Centering pass over to Cannonberg in the slot. He wants one. He's been looking for it all game. Up the far boards now. Littleton still looking to get on the board here. Stewart leaves that one alone. Could have been a dangerous play. In front, they turn and score. Spinning around in front of the net. Littleton gets themselves up on the goal clock. 8-1 now with 4:26 left to go here in this third period.
You know, with these rules, Harry, we got to win each of these periods.
We've got a couple goals this period, though, don't we?
I think it's 2-1 this period.
I think it's 2-1 this period. Let's get one more just to make sure. Can't let Littleton think they even have a shot here. We got to get right back on top of them. Lauber trying to do that. Kolchevsky on forward now with Bodine and Lauber. Haviland and Foster on defense. Maybe that's what happened. Got Haviland and Foster on defense, and then we get scored on. I'm not a math guy, like I said, but I can maybe do that equation. Lauber in deep. Bodine behind the net. Has Kolchevsky at the dumps that in for Haviland. Coming in deep. They make the switch, but Haviland can't control it into the corner. He's still pushing his way behind the net. Comes out on the backhand, trying to get another one through. Puts it right in on the goalie. And the save is made. 3:20 left here, running off this clock. We're gonna load up all those bags into the back of my truck and almost head straight to the other arena.
Oh, yeah, I got to remember to put the bag in your back of your car.
Well, I'll just load them up right here,
Yeah, I like that move.
From this rink, then we don't have to. There's no
And
way.
apparently your car didn't get towed last night like
It
you
did
were
not
worried
get
about.
towed, so I'm gonna go and maybe secretly park in that same spot if I can get away with it again today. We'll see.
Oh,
Kick
good
down in
play.
front there. Foster holding it up. They get back on side. Fredette going towards the net. Foster takes a shot up off the boards into the far corner. Fredette keeping it, hanging on with McGowan and Bevan in front of the net. You don't see those two paired up in front of the offensive net too often. Now McGowan, circle back, takes a shot, looking for a deflection there. Fredette into the corner. Taken down. Foster at the point with a blistering blast.
Oh,
Blocked in front. I'm surprised that player was standing after taking that one to the chest. That's going to be offside. As the Littleton players bang their sticks on the ice in frustration, but they did get that one goal. That's the first goal against your Warriors squad this entire tournament. It was 3-0, 3-0, now 8-1. Those got to be good numbers going into some calculations for the finals. We still got one more game, 1:45 this afternoon against Crevo, back at the Dobson Ice Arena in Vail. You guys go out and do whatever you have to do, get your grocery shopping done and get back in time. In front, DeLue. Player went down hard in there.
is that a
Does
penalty
get up.
or what is
No,
that?
it shouldn't be a penalty. That player fell into the boards on their own.
Oh, I
It was
see.
just hurting down. Well, they blew the whistle on there, making sure the player's okay. Skates over to the bench, looks to be no worse for wear. Steele back over to the point. Popovic on the blue line. Passing that one in.
Risky.
Broken up, but DeLue keeps it in. Cannonberg with the shot, and he finally finds it. Rips that one top shelf.
Yeah, nice goal there.
He picked that corner perfectly. He's been looking for one all game. I mentioned it earlier. He finally does. All that hard work pays off. Henry Cannonberg making it 9-1 as the final minute ticks off of this clock here in the third period. DeLue, Cannonberg, and Castillo out on forward with Manick and Popovic on defense. 36 seconds left to go. Good work there again by Cannonberg, taking the player down. They're not going to call a penalty on that one either.
They want to see prices right, Harry.
That's that same player that was pushing him around in front, or not him, but the Warriors players around in front of his own net. Castillo jumping in, gets taken down.
Oh,
DeLue can't get the shot off. Goalie hangs onto it. I believe they're going to let these last 8 seconds just tick off the clock. Everybody back to their benches. They skate down to congratulate their goalie, and you guys are all congratulating this team. We'll pass along your well wishes. Thanks for tuning in with us. Warriors with an 8-1 victory, 3-0 so far in this tournament. 1:45 back on the air, the OTT. Harry Havel and Brian Bodine. We will be there with you. Short break, grab some Subway and a fresh Gatorade, and we'll be at the rink again.
Yeah. Great call again today, Harry. I'll have my voice back with me by the afternoon game. Might have to bring a glass of water or one of those special Gatorades that you like to carry around.
We thank everybody. We'll see you back here in a couple of hours. Brian Bodine, Harry Haviland, we're signing out.